Alright, I know this live video is starting, and I'm over in Hudson. I'm actually waiting to get my car inspected, so I'm gonna see if we get some people to chime in. I know Facebook takes a while before it sends in notifications and shit like that, and even if no one actually does show up, I'm gonna still say this. I want to give you my little thoughts on what voting for Joe Biden actually is like. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to give you some thoughts on that. So I'm just going to see if we get some people in here and what happens. And even if we don't get a lot of people, I'm still gonna do my rant. But I see we got a couple of people in here. Christina, Gina, what's going on? I'm not going to take too long when I do this. My car's actually going in right now for an inspection. So, but I just want to put in kind of a perspective of what voting for Joe Biden really is, what it means to vote for Joe Biden. That's basically kind of like the perspective I want to put into play right now. First of all, we all know it's sad that the young kids don't really know. Hang on a second here. Let me just want to take my notification off there so I don't get all these chimes and stuff. As we all know, at least some of us, the younger kids, they don't know, and it's not that they're naive or they're stupid to what's happening. They just haven't been around long enough to actually see these politicians and the way they do things. They just haven't seen them and seen the way they do things, how they've been doing things, who's actually racist, who's actually not racist, and things like that. And of course, somebody's in office for 3.5 years and all the problems lie on him instead of the politicians that have been in office for multiple years. So basically what I'm trying to say is, we all know Joe Biden's been in office for 47 years. What has he done for this country in 47 years? Not much at all. He has not done much for this country at all. He did a crime bill that put a lot of blacks in jail. And then he redacts this year and says how that was a mistake and he's been trying to change it. Well, he had 8 years with Obama to change it, and he didn't do shit. Okay? He didn't do shit. Now, that being said, Donald Trump did prison reform in 2 years. 2 to 3 years he did prison reform, okay? So you're going to tell me that Joe Biden couldn't do anything? No, he didn't want to do anything. That's number one right there. He didn't want to do anything. Now, we're just going to continue on about how many years he's been in office. He's been in office for 47 years. Now, if he didn't fix things then, what makes you believe he's going to fix things now? And I know everyone has these same feelings as I do about that. That how can somebody that's been in office for so long, didn't do shit, is going to do something now? It's true, he's not going to do anything now, okay? He's not going to do a fucking thing. Now, I'm going to put this into very, very easy perspective for any person to understand, okay? Now, this might be personal to certain people, and it may not, but everyone should be able to get this perspective very, very simply. Very, very simply. Think of it this way. A girl goes out with a boy. That boy's an abuser. He beats his girlfriend. He says, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it. I won't do it again. He beats her again. She finally wakes up and walks away. Next girl comes in the picture. He beats her. Okay? Same thing, I'm sorry. And same thing, finally she opens her eyes, walks away. Okay? Next girl steps into this fucking picture with the same guy. Those two girls tell that girl, they're warning her, this guy's bad news. She doesn't believe him. They're a bunch of liars. She goes out with him. She gets her ass beat. He turns around and says, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. He does it again. And she finally wakes up and goes back. Okay, and leaves. Next girl rolls in. Those 3 girls are now telling that girl, hey, I didn't believe this one, but they were telling me the truth. Don't do it. That girl does the same thing, learns her fucking lesson the hard way. That is the perfect perspective of what Joe Biden is going to be. Okay? He's been in office for 47 years, hasn't fucking changed. Okay? And the next one's going to believe it until they learn their fucking lesson, and then it's going to be the next one and the next one. And unfortunately, these young kids do not know about the past. You try to put it in front of their face, Facebook takes it away from you. Okay? We all been suppressed by the wonderful Facebook. Okay? They will take it down. I mean, me and my friend Victor both posted the same thing about Joe Biden sniffing girls, touching them, whispering in their ears, saying all this weird shit. You see the parents even have weird looks. The kids are pulling away from this guy, yet Facebook pulls it down saying it's false information. Okay? How is that fucking false information? How? How is it false information? I don't know. I don't know. Now, I see on here, Terry put on there about gas will go up. Now, I had a rant in the shower one day. Of course, I couldn't go Facebook Live in the shower, but I had a rant, and I wish I was able to videotape it, okay? I went through a lot of things. The gas is a good thing that you just brought up, because the problem here is he wants to stop drilling. He wants to stop drilling, stop fracking. What's that going to do? That's going to force us to get oil from another country, which is going to drive your gas prices up. Okay, he wants to bring the cost of living, what do you call it there? The pay, hourly pay to $15. Okay, that's going to force small businesses to either close or drop some of their people that they have working for them. They're not going to be able to afford it. Okay, but that's not just the small businesses. That's also the big businesses also, because they're not going to want to pay that amount of money to have somebody be there when they could have a machine do their job for them. Just look at Taco Bell, look at McDonald's, all these other companies that put machines in so they don't need to have a cash register person there to take your order, okay? It's very simple. You don't have to be stupid to understand what the heck is happening here. You really don't. You don't have to be stupid to understand what's happening here. They are going to replace people because they're not going to be able to afford it, or they want to keep more money in their own pockets. So big companies are going to do the same thing. They're going to do the same thing. They're going to leave people, get rid of people. You're going to lose jobs just because their wage is going up. Now, these minimum wage jobs, and in most cases, these minimum wage jobs are entry-level jobs. Okay? They're entry-level jobs. They are a job that, like McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell, whatever these little entry-level jobs are, they're for the young people to get into the workforce to learn, okay? That's all it's really there for. It's not there to make a living. And most of these jobs are not there for make a living. Some people do stay at them. They become managers and they can make a good living out of it. That's a different story. But most of the time, these jobs are specifically there for entry-level jobs. And these companies big companies are not, and little companies cannot afford it to pay somebody $15 an hour for an entry-level job. Now, that being said, there are plenty of jobs, because let me tell you one thing. Degrees mean shit, okay? Degrees mean shit. You're not going to make a lot of money just because you have a degree, okay? I don't have a degree. I went to college, I didn't go to college. I went to high school, graduated. I never went to college, but I'm making some seriously good money right now. Seriously good money, okay? Something that the average person is not going to get. But, I drive a truck. I pedal freight. I do, I bust my ass. So if somebody wants a tractor-trailer job, actually the company I'm working for now, because I just switched, is desperate for drivers. So if you have a Class A, I can tell you right now, you're going to be making over $30 an hour, okay? That's good fucking money, okay? That's good fucking money. Now, that being said also, there's a lot of warehouse jobs out there that you will get paid between $20 to $25 an hour. I work with a lot of you guys that are here I'm friends with. I work with a lot of you guys when it was United Stationers, and now it's whatever the heck it's called now. It starts with an E or whatever. People are still there that I used to work with like 20 or so years ago. They're still there. They're making good money. But you could go to these jobs and you could start off at like $15 to $20 an hour easily. And that's before, minimum wage. Minimum wage, whatever it is now, I don't know. But you can start these jobs at those prices or that rate of pay. So the jobs are not like they're not out there that you can make money. It all boils down to, are you fucking lazy, or do you want to work and better yourself? That's where it boils down to. Are you lazy, or do you want to better yourself? Now, the problem today is people are friggin' lazy. They're lazy. They don't want to work. They want things handed to them. They want that participation award. Okay? I don't want to do that, so just give me this. I want something for free. Okay? Why does that person have something better than me? I want that. Give that to me. Well, it doesn't work that way. And even under Joe Biden, you're still not going to get that. You're not going to get it. If you people really believe you're going to get free college education and you're going to get free Medicare or whatever, if you really believe that, you're fucking got another thing coming. You really do. You have another thing coming. It's not going to be free. Everything costs somebody something. It does. It does. Okay, I'm going to bring this into an even easier perspective. Shit rolls downhill. Everyone heard that statement. Shit rolls downhill. Okay? If you tax the living crap out of corporations, they're going to put that on the consumer. It's very simple. It's not hard to understand. Okay? And I'm even talking about Walmart. That gallon of milk that you're paying $2 for, if they start getting taxed, that gallon of milk is going to be $1 or $3. You know, it's going to be $1 more. It's going to be like $3 or $4 a gallon. It's going to go up. This is what you people don't understand. The prices are going to go up. You are going to pay one way or the other. They might not say, oh, we're going to raise your taxes. Nah, they're just going to take away Trump's tax cuts. They're going to take that away, which is, it put money in my pocket, to tell you the truth. It did. Because his tax cut helped the middle class. It really did. It helped the middle class. Now, did it help the bigger companies also? Yes, it did. But if you got to think of it this way. If somebody makes $30,000, they're not going to get much back. But if somebody makes $1 million, yes, they're going to get more back. Because they make more money. So they pay less taxes. Even though it's the same percentage that they're paying, they're going to pay more taxes because they're making more money. Okay? It's just common fucking sense. It's not that hard to understand. It really isn't. So them taking away Trump's tax cut is going to raise your taxes. It is. It's going to raise your taxes. If you think you're going to get free health care, you're not. Okay? The middle class always gets fucked. Just think of it that way. The middle class always gets fucked. Okay? Shit rolls downhill. If the big companies are going to pay more taxes for whatever to give you a free medical insurance, they're going to put that price into their product. And then when you go to Walmart to try to buy something, you're going to notice the prices are higher. Okay? You're going to notice the prices are higher. It's just, I don't know how you want to say it, but it's just common sense. Okay? Now with the gas, if he stops drilling, and I'm very surprised with Pennsylvania, they pretty much fucked up. If this is all true with and voter fraud didn't really happen, which we all know did. I'm really upset with Pennsylvania because you got to be idiots if you really did vote for this guy. But that being said, if they don't drill where you're getting your oil, how you putting gas in your car, how are you going to heat your house? That oil's got to come from somewhere. And that oil is going to come from another country. That's where it's going to come from. And if we got to get oil, if we can't be independent and do it ourselves, and we have to depend on other countries, the prices are going to go up. And you're going to see your gas prices go up if that's the case. You're going to see it happen. There's no doubt about it. It's going to happen. And like I said, shit rolls downhill. You might not think you're paying for it here or there, but you are going to be paying for it. It's going to, one way or the other. Walmart raising their prices, gas pricing going up, all right? People losing their jobs because companies can't or don't want to pay you $15 an hour. You're going to see this shit hit the fan. I'm telling you right now, if he actually does get in. I know they say he's president-elect or whatever you want to call it. But there's a lot of shit going on. There's a lot of lawsuits going on. So you're going to see, this isn't going to be a thing that's going to end today. It ain't. This is going to go right into January. You watch. You watch. This is going to go right into January. There's no way it's going to end here. Trump's not going to let it. He's not going to concede. And he's not going to not concede because he doesn't want to just let it go. He's not going to concede because he's fighting for all of us. Because he doesn't want to see voter fraud. Listen, we all want the same thing here. We all do. We all want the same thing. We want to have our elections not manipulated by anything. Okay? A machine that has a quote-unquote glitch, I'm sorry. You call it a glitch, I call it fraud. Do whatever you want. I call it fraud. You could call it a glitch if you want, okay? And thousands and thousands of votes get transferred from Trump to Biden, and they're already getting switched back over, okay? Dead people, which they have proof, it's already on the news, that dead people are voting, okay? That they requested ballots after they were dead, okay? After they were dead. That's, you're going to see, this is going to be a fight. This is going to be a fight. People, the problem with people is, I gotta put it this nicely. The hate they have for this man, they would rather put somebody that is obviously and physically not capable of doing the job. They would elect him just because of their hatred for Donald Trump. Now, why do they hate Donald Trump so much? Come on. What's the main reasons why they always say they hate Donald Trump? He's a racist. He's a xenophobic. He didn't do good for COVID. Blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi and all those, they were out, she was out in San Francisco telling everybody in March? Come on. It's okay. Come to Chinatown. Spend your money. Everything is okay. Meanwhile, in January, he shut the fucking China down. He didn't let them in. Okay? I mean, you got to think about this, folks, okay? Biden he called Trump xenophobic, okay? He called him xenophobic for shutting the country down to China, okay? Why would he call it xenophobic? Maybe because he has his pockets in with China? I don't know. That's just me. But I'm sure I'm the only conspiracy theorist on that one, right? None of you believe that. None of you believe that at all. He's not corrupt. 47 years in office. And if you ever look at some of his videos, I ask all you Biden supporters, go and just search him on YouTube and just look at some. I mean, I got stuff on YouTube that I saved that he literally says he's an idiot. Back in the 80s or 90s, he literally said, I'm an idiot, I'm a dumbass. I mean, when someone tells you something straight up, he's probably telling the truth. And the shit that comes out of his mouth, he just blabs so much crap. Usually, if especially when it's racist, like when he talks about, poor kids are just as smart and great as white kids. When he says shit like that, that's because that's exactly how he thinks. Okay? That's exactly how he thinks. When you don't have control of your mind anymore and you just talk and you don't have control of your mouth, whatever you're thinking is coming out of your mouth. Unfortunately, it happens to him all the time. And he doesn't realize that he shouldn't be saying the things that he's saying. I mean, if you don't vote, if you have a problem you can't figure out if you're for me or Trump, you ain't black. I mean, folks, come on. And I have black friends on here. I'm friends with black people, I'm not going to hate anybody for who you voted for. I'm not. But there is a lot of African American people that voted for Trump this year. It's already proven in the polls. Okay, that a lot more this year voted for him than 2016. And we all seen in 2016, I went to the Albany rally in 2016, and I can tell you one thing right now. They're amazing. The rallies are absolutely amazing. They really are. The energy, I mean, me, Chris, I'm not going to say your last name, because in case I put this live, or I put this public, I don't want to have people's last names and stuff on here, but Chris went with me to the Trump rally in Albany in 2016. And if he sees this, he'll know who I'm talking about. And we met a black guy there. He was behind us. He literally photobombed us when the four of us were all taking pictures together. He photobombed us, okay? When I noticed him in the picture, I pulled him over. I go, we got to get a picture together. This guy was cool as shit. So, you know, you can't turn around and say this is a white people thing. It's not. It's not. And that was back in 2016. 2020, his rallies probably doubled, if not tripled, what they were in 2016. And that is no effing lie. They did. They doubled or tripled from 2016. I mean, there's no denying it. It isn't. There's no denying it. You could look, you could just look at whatever you want to say. Biden wants to say he's only keeping it small because of COVID. That's a line of shit. That's a line of shit. People just don't, he's not interesting. They're not voting for him because they like him. They're voting for him because they hate Donald Trump. That's why they're voting for him. They didn't vote for him because they like him. Because I'm telling you right now, liberal logic 101, and I do this to every one of my liberal friends and on news channels, Facebook pages, when I get attacked. If I say something, it doesn't matter what I say, I get attacked by liberals like crazy. And I ask them one question. Why do you think Joe Biden will make a good president without mentioning Trump's name, without saying he's not racist, without saying, well, he talks nice? You know what? They never fucking answer. Ever. They never answer. Because they know he's not going to be a good president. They know the only reason why they're voting for him is because they don't like Trump. And everyone knows if Biden lasts 1 year in office, he's going to be lucky. He's going to be lucky if he lasts 1 year in office. You didn't vote for Joe Biden. You voted for Kamala Harris, who had a 1% approval rating before she dropped out, before she even went to her own state. Okay? A 1% approval rating before she dropped out of the race. That's how terrible people didn't like her. I can tell you right now, if he does get in January, if they literally put him in office in January, you better watch your Second Amendment. You can see Facebook is already censoring people. You're losing your First Amendment, okay? You're losing it. Right in front of your face and you don't even realize it. You're losing it. And your Second Amendment is on its way. It's on its way. He already said he's going to put fucking dipshit Robert O'Rourke. You know, they call him Beto. Fuck that Beto bullshit. He's a fucking piece of shit, that guy. That he's going to take care of the gun problem. Really? I dare you, Beto. Come get him. I dare you. Because you've seen what's been happening for the last 6 months with the riots and the looting and everything else. And we all know it's the left that's doing it. We all know it's the left, not the right. The right's been very tolerable and very nice and trying to get along. But I can tell you right now, you push us too far, you're going to go to a point of no return, and it's not going to be a section of area where you want to be. I can tell you right now, it's not. And that's not a threat, that's not a promise. I'm just telling you straight out. It's not a place you want to be. It's not. Because the right isn't violent. We are not violent. We're not the ones that are out there stealing because of somebody got shot by a police officer. We're not doing that. We're not out there rioting right now that they called him as the president. We're not rioting. We didn't riot when Obama became president. We had hope that maybe he'd be decent, and I actually hope that he would have done better things for the black community. But he didn't. And this is the problem with the Democrats. Like Trump said in the last debate, all talk, no action. In the 8 years that they had together, they didn't do fucking shit. They didn't do shit. Okay? They didn't. In 8 years, they didn't do nothing. What makes you think they're going to do something now? What makes you think they're going to do something now? Hope? Well, good luck. Good luck with the hope. Because you think the medical Obamacare was such a great thing. I'm going to just give you a brief. People say, "Oh, it's terrible, it's terrible." I'm going to give you an example. It actually was bad for me. Obamacare. First of all, they had a 25, and when they call it a tax, they're absolutely right. It was a tax. It was a huge tax on the American people. Okay, the $2,500 mandate that Trump removed from it is what pretty much dismantled the whole thing. Okay, that $2,500, it was, you know why? he was hoping it would be working well with the young community. But the young community said, "I don't need health insurance. I'm good. I'm healthy." So they didn't buy into this shit. Okay, they didn't buy in, and then it started flopping. So all the deductibles and everything went skyrocketing out of the roof because of it. Okay, they had a $2,500 mandate that if you didn't have insurance, you had to pay the $2,500. Well, people found out it was cheaper to pay the $2,500 than it would be for the insurance. I mean, if you're going to have to pay, you might as well pay the cheaper way, right? And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. They paid the $2,500 instead of paying for the insurance because it would have been cheaper in the long run. Now, to get back to me and tell you how it impacted me. I had a very good insurance, medical insurance, through my past company that I was with. Blue Cross Blue Shield. I had to go in there, pay $10 or $15 copay, and that was it. That was it. Okay? Everything was paid for. Now, under Obamacare, you know what they call that? A lot of you youngsters probably don't realize this. They call it a Cadillac tax. Have you heard that? Probably not, because just like how Nancy Pelosi likes doing things, you got to pass it before you can see what's inside of it. Okay? And I'm not gonna say Republicans are great, because the idiot Republicans fucking signed it in, and they shouldn't have. They shouldn't have. So the Republicans back then were a bunch of fucking idiots, and still today, a lot of them are. I'm not fucking gonna say Democrat or Republican are better than each other. Some of even the Republicans are still idiots. You know, I mean, they had no balls. They always put their tails between their legs when it came to anything the Democrats said, until Trump came along. When Trump came along, they finally got a set of balls and they stood up for themselves. And that's what they need to do now, stand up. But to get back with Obamacare, they call it a Cadillac tax, okay? Basically what that is if your company offers you a better insurance policy than somebody else, they're going to tax you for that, for giving your employees something better than someone else. Now, if I'm a hard worker, I deserve something better than the lazy bastard that doesn't want to do nothing. Okay? But they put a Cadillac tax on better insurance for companies that wanted to offer their employees something good. What do you think those employees did? I'll give you one guess. I'll sit here for 5 seconds, okay? I'll give you one guess. What do you think those employees did? It's very simple. They fucking got rid of the good health care for their employees and put us on a shitty plan with high deductibles. So it did affect me. I lost good health insurance because of Obamacare, because they wanted to put a Cadillac tax on it. Okay? So it is personally affecting me. All right? And it's affecting everyone at this point, because everyone's got high deductibles on all their insurance. Trump's trying to get medical like pills and stuff like that. He's trying to get prescription stuff cheaper for you. He's not going to take away if you have a pre-existing condition, no matter what the Democrats want to say. He's not doing that. He said it over and over again. But, if you watch CNN or any of those stations, and even Fox at this point, okay, because everyone just pretty much just gave up on Fox. There's Newsmax is a good channel now. That's a good conservative channel. They're pretty straightforward. Newsmax is very good. And also, I think it's ONA or something like that. I'm not too sure if I got that right or not. But even Fox is incredible anymore. They really aren't. But it doesn't matter what these news channels tell you. Do your research. And just watch what he says. You might not like the way he talks. You might not like his demeanor. But you know what? That doesn't matter. He's a businessman, not a politician. I'd rather hear raw truth than sweet lies. Okay? I'd rather hear raw truth than sweet lies. I'd rather not you tell me that everything is going to be great and I'm going to give you this for free and that for free and nothing happens. I'd rather have someone tell me, you ain't getting it for free. You might not like me talking to you like this, but it is what it is. You got to work hard for what you want. And that's that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know there's people in here that probably believe what I'm saying, and there's probably people that are saying I'm an idiot for what I'm saying, but whatever, I don't care. You know, I'm not going to denounce my friends. I'm not going to delete my friends over politics. I'm not going to do it. But I've seen that it has happened to me. It has. And I've seen friends go from, right wing to far, far left. So far that it's like you boggle all your friends' minds at how you could think. Now, the problem here is, there's a lot of young kids that don't know how things have been going. I was one of you. When I was young, I wasn't into politics. I wasn't into anything. You didn't see this shit when we were young. Okay? I'm 52 years old. Okay? I got a lot under my belt. All right? So we didn't pay attention to this stuff. We didn't see it. Now it's like really in your face with social media. It's in your face constantly. And the problem is that these younger kids, all the way up into your 20s, see that someone's going to tell you that they're going to give you free this, free that, free this, free that. And of course, who wouldn't want free stuff? That's like a little kid saying, hey, Mom, can I have that, that toy? And the mother just gets it to him. No question asked, just gives it to them. So something free is going to sound awesome to a young kid. What do you think Nancy Pelosi and all these Democrats want 16-year-olds to vote for? Because they're naive. They're not developed enough. Not saying they're stupid. They're not developed enough to know better about politics. So we rather just feed these 16-year-olds, you're going to get free this, free this, free this, free this, free college, free this, free this, free this. And they're going to think it's the best thing in the world, and they'll vote for you because of it. Okay? They'll vote for you because of it. Why do you think they want that? In all honesty, I think everything should get pushed up to 21 years old. Because even at 21 years old, you don't know. You haven't lived a life long enough to really understand politics. I haven't. I can tell you right now, I'm 52 years old. All right? And I started getting into politics when Obama got in, or just prior to Obama getting in. I probably started to really pay attention to politics a little bit more. Okay, doing my research and thinking and watching, seeing this and seeing that. That's when I really started looking into it. And that's when you could really start seeing. Now, you're talking a long time. Okay, I still don't know everything. I'm not going to say I'm an expert, because I'm not. But at 20 years old, you don't know what this country truly needs. Okay, Trump has been doing stuff in the backgrounds that you don't even see to strengthen our country up, so we're not depending on other countries. Everyone thought we were going to get into wars with Trump. What war? None. He brought troops home. Okay, everyone thought he was going to start nuclear, shoot a nuclear bomb or whatever over at North Korea. No, he went over there and he talked to the guy. Then all of a sudden, he's bad for going over there and talking to the guy. He can't win. You know what I'm saying? He cannot win. I mean, honestly, you keep your enemies close. You ever heard that saying? You keep your enemies close. So just because he's going over there and talking to this person, or talking to Putin, or talking to whoever, doesn't mean he's in cahoots with them. It just means that he's trying to keep peace. And I'd rather have him over there talking to them and trying... You know what they do in their country is their problem. If they're communists or socialists or whatever it is, that's not our fucking problem to worry about. It's theirs to worry about. It's their friggin' citizens. They need to worry about what's happening in their country. Just like those citizens don't need to worry about what's happening in our country. Okay? Same thing. They don't need to worry about what's happening in our country either. So, I don't know how hard. It's not that hard. It's just, you keep peace with everybody. It doesn't matter if they're a terrible person or not. You don't want to start a war with that person. So you just keep peace with them, no matter how you need to do it. That's it. I mean, but boiling it down to it, like I said, voting for Biden, somebody who's been in office for 47 years, has never done anything, has never changed, is like girl after girl going to the same guy, getting her ass beat, even though the other girls are warning them that it's going to happen, and they don't want to believe them. And it goes on and on and on, and it'll never change. That's an easy perspective to put it into. But hopefully you like what I have to say. I don't know. But my car is ready, so I'm getting out of here. All right, later.